Have you ever stopped to wonder if your life, with all its ups and downs, is more than just random events? What if every moment, every heartbreak, every victory, and even those quiet, seemingly insignificant times, was part of a divine blueprint? You are not here by accident. As one of God's chosen ones, your life was predestined, designed with care and intention by the Creator Himself. From your very first breath, you became part of His grand masterpiece, woven into a purpose far greater than you could ever imagine. If this resonates with you, take a moment to comment 999 below as a declaration of faith in God's perfect plan for your life. And to those who have blessed this channel through super thanks, I am deeply grateful. Your support is not only an encouragement, but a powerful example of God working through His people. Your generosity helps shine His light into places that desperately need hope. Thank you from the depths of my heart. May God pour abundant blessings over you for your kindness and faith. Now, let me ask you this. What if everything you've experienced, every joy, every challenge, has been preparing you for a mission only you can fulfill? Could it be that God has been orchestrating your journey all along, even when it didn't make sense? Stay with me, because what we're about to uncover will transform the way you see your life. This revelation might just be the key to unlocking your purpose and walking fully into the destiny God has for you. Let's step into this incredible truth together. God's chosen ones, your life was predestined and perfectly planned. And something deep within you has been awakened, an undeniable power, presence, and force that refuses to be ignored. You're not the same person you once were, and the world feels it. The limitations others placed upon you have vanished, and the energy you now carry has the power to move mountains. This is the moment when everything shifts. This is the moment when you step into the fullness of your divine calling. It's not just a change, it's a revolution, and you stand at its very heart. The world better be prepared, for you have only just begun to walk in your purpose. Jesus once said in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Have you ever thought about the light within you? What does it feel like to walk in the knowledge that your life is meant to shine brightly? Just as a city on a hill cannot be hidden, neither can the transformation taking place within you. Your transformation is unmistakable, like a beacon piercing through the shadows, shedding light on everything around you. This isn't just a fleeting moment of inspiration. This is a divine awakening. The change you are experiencing is so profound that it redefines not only how you see yourself, but also how others will perceive you. What once held you back, doubt, fear, and limitations, no longer has any control over you. These barriers have been shattered. You've stepped into a strength that is unshakable, a purpose that is unwavering. With each step, you move forward with clarity and conviction, driven by something greater than yourself. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you fully embraced the power God has placed within you? Imagine how your life would change if you walked every day knowing that you are equipped for greatness. Do you think that God would allow you to feel the stirrings of such power without giving you the ability to fulfill your purpose? This journey is not about seeking approval from others or proving anyone wrong. The power that now guides you transcends the opinions of people and disarms all opposition. It's like a river carving its way through uncharted land, unstoppable, moving forward with a force that cannot be contained. In Isaiah 43:19, God promises, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" Can you sense that new thing rising within you? Each step is a declaration, not just of your resilience, but of your divine purpose. The ones who once underestimated you are now forced to reckon with the undeniable truth of your growth. They are starting to realize that there is no box big enough to contain the transformation that has taken place in you. You are no longer walking aimlessly. Every move you make is now a reflection of something higher, a divine alignment that makes clear the path before you. As you walk in this newfound alignment, opposition no longer intimidates you. Instead, it strengthens you, sharpening your focus and propelling you toward your destiny. Could it be that the trials you have faced were preparing you for the strength and success you are walking into today? As Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Can you trust that the challenges you faced are part of the divine plan to shape you into who you are meant to become? Now is the time for you to rise, to build, to create, and to walk in the fullness of the person God has always intended you to be. You are the city on the hill, shining brighter with every step forward. Let nothing dim the light that resides within you, for this is your moment, your divine moment, and it's time for you to claim it. In Philippians 4:13, we are reminded, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Are you ready to claim this truth in your life, to step into the fullness of your calling and show the world who you were always meant to be? There is a profound and transformative shift that occurs within us when the external voices, once so powerful, lose their grip. You begin to feel anchored in an unshakable inner strength, a deep-rooted confidence that cannot be swayed. The relentless need for validation, once a constant source of stress and confusion, simply dissolves like morning mist under the warm rays of the sun. In its place, there emerges a radiant clarity, a clear, divine understanding of your worth and purpose that guides every step you take. Have you ever experienced a moment when you suddenly realized you no longer needed the approval of others? How did that moment feel? The weight of societal expectations, the unspoken pressures that once weighed heavily on your shoulders, no longer hold you captive. Those chains of expectation that were once so tightly bound now lie broken at your feet, powerless to drag you back into a cycle of pleasing others or seeking their approval. This freedom is not simply a change in mindset, it is a divine shift, a transformation that leads you down a path of uncompromised purpose. Think about the last time you took a step in confidence, knowing it was a step toward your true purpose, free from judgment. What did that feel like? As you move forward, empowered and unbound, the dynamics of control that others once held over you are reversed. The people who once sought to influence, manipulate, or dominate you find their efforts rendered futile. The power they once held over you is now hollow and meaningless in the face of your newfound autonomy. This is no longer just your strength, it is God's power at work in you, guiding you to stand firm in His truth. Consider the story of Daniel in the lion's den. Despite the king's decree, Daniel remained resolute in his faith. No external threat, no matter how dire, could manipulate his conviction. What can we learn from Daniel's unwavering faith in God's plan? The subtle tools of manipulation, whether words designed to wound, gestures intended to control, or unspoken threats meant to intimidate, lose their potency when faced with the light of your self-possession. Like darkness fleeing before the light, these tactics crumble, unable to break through the unyielding strength that is now yours. Those who once used these tools to provoke a reaction from you now find themselves frustrated and powerless as their attempts to steer your course no longer have any effect. Your actions, free from the influence of others, become a bold statement of independence. They are louder than any confrontation could ever be, radiating the strength that only comes from God. This transformation, though deeply personal, doesn't go unnoticed. It ripples outward, affecting everyone in your sphere. Those around you, even if they cannot fully comprehend what has changed, sense the shift in your presence. They feel the unyielding energy, the calm and unwavering confidence that declares you are no longer subject to their influence. This presence is not just about self-empowerment. It's a reflection of the divine power that resides in you. It's God declaring that you are His chosen one, walking boldly in His purpose, unshaken by the world's opinions. Have you ever noticed how others respond differently to you when they sense that you are no longer swayed by external pressures? It's as if the energy you emit shifts everything around you. Ultimately, your journey becomes one of divine independence, guided not by the whims of others, but by the unwavering truth of God's calling on your life. As you walk in this new strength, you reflect His light and purpose, showing the world that, though the external forces may still try to control, you have been set free. And nothing, not words, not judgments, not manipulations, can ever hold you back again. This evolution stirs deep unease in those who thrive on control, compelling them to face a new reality where their influence has no power over you. They are forced to confront the truth that their grip on your life has loosened, perhaps even slipped entirely. In this space of liberation, you are free. Free to move with purpose, without the burden of needing to conform or appease others. It is a power so absolute, so undeniable, that it unsettles those who once believed they could control your every move. Have you ever experienced this shift when suddenly the opinions of others lose their weight and you realize you are walking in your own strength? This newfound independence is not just a personal victory. It is a divine manifestation of who you truly are, created by God with purpose and intention. Your selfhood becomes a declaration, an unwavering testament to the life you are meant to lead. And it's this declaration that leaves others grappling with the reality that they can no longer sway or dominate your decisions. In the Bible, we see examples of this kind of divine autonomy, such as when Esther stood in front of the king, unshaken and unwavering, knowing she had a higher purpose to fulfill despite the risks. Like Esther, when you step into your true calling, it can be intimidating for those who once thought they had control. The confidence you now carry is not arrogance, but a steadfast understanding of your identity in Christ. It's the same strength that Jesus exemplified when He remained calm in the face of opposition, walking toward His purpose with unwavering resolve. His life was a testament to divine purpose, and through Him, you too are equipped to stand firm in your mission. Just like Jesus, who faced the ridicule and rejection of others, your peace will confuse those who are used to seeing you controlled by external forces. Your next step is here. This moment, this calling, is yours. Are you ready to move forward, to embrace the purpose God has laid out for you? Subscribe now, and let's move forward together, leaving behind the chains of control and stepping into the fullness of God's plan. The path ahead is one of freedom, strength, and purpose, one that can only be walked by those who are willing to step into the light of their true calling. A profound stillness begins to emerge within you when your life aligns with a higher rhythm, one that is untouched by the chaos and turmoil that often overwhelms those around you. This inner peace is not simply about maintaining a quiet demeanor or refraining from reacting in stressful situations. It goes much deeper than that. It is a foundational calm that is deeply rooted in your spirit, unwavering and unyielding. Have you ever felt a peace that remains even in the face of great challenges? That is the kind of peace that is born of God's presence in your life, a peace that surpasses all understanding. Philippians 4:7. While others may feel the weight of the world pressing down on them, you remain anchored in something greater. You move through life with an ease and confidence that others find difficult to comprehend. How is it that, despite everything happening around you, you are able to maintain such serenity? Is it possible that your foundation is not of this world, but anchored in the unshakable power of God's love? The Bible reminds us in Psalm 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. This is the kind of peace that shields you from the turmoil that others may succumb to, protecting you from the external disruptions that could otherwise overwhelm your spirit. This inner balance, this profound serenity, is not something that comes and goes with the changing tides of life. It is born from a deep connection to a higher power, something beyond human comprehension. How often do we search for peace in the wrong places, only to find it fleeting? True peace, the kind that remains when everything else is in chaos, is born from our relationship with God. It's a connection that surpasses the fleeting calmness that comes from external circumstances and digs deep into your soul. Jesus said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." This peace is not temporary, it is eternal, a gift from Christ that we can carry with us no matter what we face. This peace is not a momentary feeling, but a state of being, grounded in your unwavering faith in God's plan for your life. When storms arise, how do you respond? Do you lean on your own strength, or do you trust that God is with you through every trial? Think of Jesus, who, even in the storm, remained calm and in control, instructing his disciples to have faith. His calm wasn't a product of his surroundings, it was a reflection of his complete trust in his Father. When we trust in God the way Jesus did, we too can experience this unshakable peace, no matter the circumstances. In the midst of life's chaos, when everything around you is crumbling or uncertain, you stand firm. And that firmness, that peace, becomes a powerful witness to the world around you. People will notice the difference, and they will wonder, how do you maintain such calm? What is the source of your strength? In those moments, you can point them to the unshakable foundation of faith you stand on. It's not about avoiding difficulties or pretending that life is easy, but about knowing that you are held by a power greater than any storm you face. Isaiah 26:3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." The peace of God that resides within you is not just a shield, it is also a beacon to others, drawing them to the same strength and serenity that you possess. When confronted with the pressures and challenges designed to destabilize you, your response is not one of haste or resistance. Instead, it is a steady grace, an inner calm that dismantles hostility without escalating conflict. Have you ever experienced a situation where everything around you seemed to fall apart, yet you remained at peace? Your ability to remain unshaken in the face of adversity is a reflection of something greater than mere human strength. It's the kind of peace spoken of in Philippians 4:7, which promises, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace is not passive. It is an active force that holds you firm in the storm. Those who once thrived on creating disarray and confusion are left disoriented, unable to provoke or unsettle you. How is it that you remain unmoved while others are caught up in chaos? It's because your foundation is not built on the fleeting things of this world, but on a deeper, unshakable connection to God. This divine peace acts as a shield, protecting you from the disturbances that might otherwise consume you. Think about the story of Jesus in Mark 4:39, when he calmed the storm. He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down and it was completely calm. Like Jesus, you have the power within you, through your faith, to silence the chaos around you and walk in a calm that defies logic. The enemies who sought to manipulate or control you through disorder now find themselves trapped in the very turmoil they intended for you. The disruption they aimed to sow in your life only backfires, leaving them in confusion and frustration. Their attempts to rattle you dissolve into futility as they come face to face with a peace they cannot understand, let alone disrupt. In the Bible, we see how God's peace consistently outmaneuvers the tactics of the enemy. Psalm 23:5 reminds us, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." No matter what attempts are made to disturb your peace, God prepares a place for you of rest and assurance. Every attempt to disturb your equilibrium only highlights the profound strength of your alignment with God. Your peace becomes a powerful testimony of divine favor, causing your adversaries to expose their own limitations. How do they react when their attempts to provoke you fail? They are left with nothing but their own weakness, as your unwavering composure shows them that their power is powerless against God's peace. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul reminds us, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.'" This grace, this quiet force, is your true strength. It is God's power at work within you. As your path remains clear and untouched, you continue forward with resolve, unbothered by the storms others may try to stir. Your alignment with God's peace allows you to move ahead with unwavering certainty, while those who seek to control or unsettle you are left exposed to their own inability to disrupt the divine calm that surrounds you. How often do we see that the very tools the enemy uses to destroy us are the ones that reveal his own defeat? You stand firm, unshaken, as a living example of the strength that comes from the peace of God, a peace that no one can penetrate or diminish. A profound connection emerges when you align with a limitless source of energy, one that goes far beyond ordinary comprehension. This force becomes the foundation of your actions, empowering you in ways that transcend natural understanding. Have you ever felt an energy surge within you, propelling you forward in ways that defy explanation? This energy is not just an abstract concept, but a tangible power that flows through you, amplifying your influence and presence. Jesus speaks of this divine power in John 14:12. "Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I'm going to the Father." This promise reveals that the strength that flows through you is part of God's divine plan, a power that extends far beyond human capabilities. Though invisible, its effects are undeniable. As you move through the world, you begin to notice how the atmosphere shifts in your wake. People who once harbored ill intent find themselves disarmed and uneasy in the presence of a power they cannot grasp. How often do you feel that others react to your presence without you even needing to say a word? There is an undeniable strength emanating from within, one that cannot be contained. It commands attention and evokes both awe and discomfort. This is not a superficial confidence, but a deep spiritual force that causes a transformation in everyone around you. Do you recognize this power in your life, moving quietly yet mightily through you? In the presence of this force, those who once sought to challenge or undermine you are left overwhelmed. Their efforts appear weak, overshadowed by the magnitude of what you carry. Their attempts to provoke you seem futile, because the strength within you is too great for them to challenge. Have you ever wondered why your adversaries can never seem to succeed? This strength is not drawn from within you alone, but flows from a divine source, God Himself. As the Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 12:9, "But He said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.'" It is through God's grace that this power is made manifest, and your actions reflect a force far greater than any individual will. Adversaries sense the futility of opposing what they cannot comprehend or replicate. Their discomfort grows as they realize that this power operates beyond their reach, rendering their strategies ineffective. Does this remind you of times when you felt that despite everything, God's presence was enough to keep you steady? Their plans dissolve in the face of divine strength, and they are left exposed to their own limits. This is what happens when you walk in alignment with God's power. Nothing can disrupt your peace, because it is anchored in something far beyond human reach. Isaiah 54:17 promises, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." For you, this connection to the divine is both a gift and a responsibility, a reminder of the vast potential you carry as a vessel for this force. Each step you take, each decision you make, sends ripples far beyond your immediate surroundings. You are not just walking through life, but walking in purpose, with the power to effect change. Every action becomes a testimony of God's presence in your life. In what ways do you see this divine energy shaping your life? Each of us carries this divine potential, meant to impact the world around us. And as you move forward, remember that no effort to diminish you can succeed against something so profoundly anchored in a realm beyond the tangible. The Bible assures us in Romans 8:31, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" This promise assures that no power, no enemy, no obstacle can stand against the force that flows through you. You are chosen, not by your own merit, but by God's divine purpose. You are part of His plan, and with His strength, there is nothing that can prevent you from fulfilling your calling. If deep down you feel that you're chosen, then know this: you've come to the right place. You are not alone on this journey. With God's strength flowing through you, you are destined for greatness. A heightened awareness begins to emerge within you, opening your eyes to truths that were once hidden beneath layers of deception and ambiguity. This is not simply a fleeting intuition or a passing thought, but a piercing clarity that allows you to see through the smoke and mirrors that others rely on to hide their true intentions. Have you ever had that moment when something that was once unclear suddenly becomes so vivid, so undeniable, that you can no longer ignore it? This is the gift of discernment, the ability to uncover what others desperately try to conceal. Just as Jesus said in John 8:32, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." This divine clarity allows you to break free from the deceptions that once clouded your understanding. Do you feel that your understanding of truth has deepened in such a way that you can no longer be deceived by mere appearances? Facades that people once relied on to protect themselves or manipulate others begin to crumble under the weight of your sharpened perception. Have you ever encountered someone whose outward appearance or words didn't match their true intentions? With your discernment, those facades lose their power, unable to stand up to your ability to see through them. What once seemed complicated or obscure becomes simple and clear. Manipulative tactics, once effective in the past, now lose their grip as they are rendered useless against your ability to perceive the truth beneath the surface. This isn't merely an observation of actions, it's an understanding of the deeper currents that guide people's motives and desires. As it is written in 1 Corinthians 2-10, "These are the things God has revealed to us by His Spirit. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God." Through the Holy Spirit, you're given the divine insight to uncover hidden motives and intentions. How often do you find yourself sensing the underlying truth of a situation, even when it isn't spoken aloud? The subtle details that others might dismiss as insignificant now become sharp signals to you, guiding your decisions and shaping your understanding of those around you. Have you noticed how the smallest actions or words can sometimes speak volumes when you are attuned to the truth? While others may ignore or misunderstand these nuances, you find that they hold the key to unlocking the real story. Those who have relied on falsehoods or manipulation find themselves disarmed by this heightened awareness. Their carefully constructed masks begin to fall away, exposing vulnerabilities they had hoped to keep hidden. Their discomfort grows as they realize there is no place for their deceit to hide. Proverbs 12:19 tells us, "Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment." With your unwavering focus on the truth, their falsehoods dissolve, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. How do you feel when you realize that the truth you hold in your heart is far stronger than the lies others try to tell? As these illusions fall apart, they are left scrambling, unable to regain control. The more they attempt to obscure their intentions, the clearer they become under the lens of your sharpened insight. Have you ever seen how those who rely on deceit grow increasingly uncomfortable when their falsehoods are revealed? They cannot escape the truth, and their discomfort grows as the illusion they carefully maintained unravels before their eyes. With each decision you make and every action you take, you cut cleanly through the confusion they seek to create. Your clarity and focus on what is real disarm even the most cunning adversaries, leaving them disoriented and powerless in the face of truth. Jesus reassures us in Matthew 10:26, "So do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known." This promise reminds us that the truth will always prevail, no matter how hard someone tries to hide it. How does it feel to walk in the confidence that the truth, no matter how buried, will always rise to the surface? The more you walk in this truth, the more you realize how this divine insight protects you, guides you, and strengthens you. It's a shield against the deceit that often surrounds us, and a beacon that illuminates the path forward. How does it feel to know that you are walking with the wisdom of God, where nothing can remain hidden? Those who thrive on manipulation may try to regain control, but their efforts are futile. Your ability to discern truth, rooted in the wisdom of the Holy Spirit, allows you to navigate even the most challenging situations with confidence and peace. In this way, truth becomes your weapon, and deception becomes powerless in your presence. As we read in Ephesians 6:14, "Stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place." The truth you carry doesn't just protect you, it equips you to face any challenge, disarming those who would seek to deceive or harm you. The clarity you wield becomes a force of its own, leaving no shadow unexamined and no lie untouched. Have you ever felt that moment when the truth seems to shine so brightly that nothing can escape its light? This clarity you possess is not just a perception. It is a divine power that uncovers every hidden thing and unveils the reality that others often try to conceal. There's a profound allure that begins to emanate from you, drawing both people and opportunities as if guided by an unseen hand. This magnetic pull is not a mere coincidence or charm. It is the radiant energy of divine alignment, effortlessly pulling circumstances in your favor. Jesus said in Matthew 7:7, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you." When you align yourself with God's purpose, doors open with ease, and resources flow toward you without resistance. Have you ever noticed how, when you're walking in your purpose, things just seem to fall into place? People find themselves inexplicably drawn to your presence, their curiosity sparked, and their attention captivated. This attraction is not something that can be replicated or learned through manipulation. It is an authentic reflection of a deeper connection to something far greater than anything the world can offer. As you continue walking in your purpose, it becomes clear that this is not just about personal charm, but the power of divine favor. In Proverbs 3:4, we are promised, "Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man." This favor is a natural outflow of living in alignment with God's plan, and it brings people and opportunities into your life in ways that can only be explained by His hand. Resources seem to flow toward you without resistance, and situations that once felt unattainable now unfold with a natural ease. This is not about striving or struggling to attain what you desire. It is about walking in faith and surrendering to God's timing and power. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn." With each step you take in faith, you move closer to the destiny that God has already prepared for you. Like an eagle soaring above the storm, your rise becomes effortless and undeniable. Those who sought to hold you back now watch in confusion as you move toward a purpose they cannot comprehend. Have you ever felt that moment when those who once doubted you now see your progress and cannot understand how you are succeeding? That is the power of divine favor working in your life. This alignment with a higher power is not about struggle but surrender. It is a surrender to God's will, which clears the way and amplifies your progress. Their discomfort isn't about what you have, whether success, blessings, or resources, but about the unshakable energy and peace you carry. It is the presence of God that others sense, whether they acknowledge it or not. This is why they may feel threatened or confused, unable to grasp the source of your strength. As you continue forward, blessings and opportunities flow to you effortlessly, highlighting the stark difference between your alignment with divine purpose and their reliance on force or manipulation to achieve their goals. The more deliberate your steps, the stronger the pull of the power guiding you. Each step you take, every decision you make, only strengthens the divine energy surrounding you. Even those who resist feel drawn to your progress, their opposition giving way to reluctant admiration as they witness the abundance following your purpose. As it is written in Psalm 23:1, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing." Your journey is not just about achieving personal success, but about inspiring others to see what's possible when faith leads the way. Your story becomes a testimony to the power of divine alignment, a beacon for others to follow. Attempts to tear you down only expose the brilliance of your ascent. Like a lighthouse standing tall in the darkest of nights, you shine with a clarity that exposes resistance for what it truly is, futile against the strength of divine alignment. This is the moment to stand firm, to continue moving forward with unshakable confidence. The Bible reminds us in Romans 8:31, "If God is for us, who can be against us? With God guiding your every step, no opposition can derail what's been set in motion by a higher power." This is only the beginning. Keep walking boldly, knowing that the path ahead is filled with blessings, opportunities, and divine favor. Step forward. This is your moment to shine. Your existence, chosen by God, carries with it a profound gift, a gift of clarity and discernment that is beyond the ordinary. This clarity is not a mere gut feeling or fleeting sense of awareness. It is a divine ability to see through the superficial layers and grasp the true nature of others. As you walk through life, you possess a unique ability to perceive the hidden motives of those around you with startling precision. It's as if you can peer beneath the masks that others wear, exposing their real intentions, whether good or bad. Do you ever feel like you can sense when something is off, even when no one else notices? This is no coincidence. It is the gift of discernment granted to you by the Creator, allowing you to navigate the complexities of human interactions with remarkable insight. The Bible is full of examples where God's chosen ones were granted this very gift. Consider the story of King Solomon, who prayed to God for wisdom to rule over his people. In 1 Kings 3:9, Solomon asked, "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." God responded by granting him not only wisdom, but the ability to discern the hearts and motives of others. Solomon's wisdom became legendary, and people from all over the world sought his counsel. Just like Solomon, your discernment allows you to recognize truth from deception and right from wrong, with such clarity that the falsehoods others try to hide crumble under your gaze. This divine clarity affects how you make decisions and interact with others. Where once you may have been uncertain or hesitant, now there is an unshakable confidence that comes from knowing the truth. You no longer need to second-guess the loyalty or intentions of those around you, because the hidden things are laid bare before you. In Matthew 7:16, Jesus says, "By their fruit you will recognize them." This scripture reminds you that your heightened awareness gives you the power to see people for who they truly are, whether they belong in your life or not. It's as if you have an invisible boundary that only those with pure intentions can cross. Those who wish to deceive or manipulate are forced to reveal themselves and retreat because they can no longer hide behind a facade. Can you remember a time when you realized someone was not being truthful with you? That moment, that clarity, is a gift from God. The power of this divine insight reaches far beyond your personal relationships. It disrupts the very foundations of deceitful systems, unraveling the manipulative power of those who rely on secrecy and duplicity. People who once thrived on hidden agendas are now exposed and stripped of their power. In Proverbs 19:5 it says, "A false witness will not go unpunished, and whoever pours out lies will not go free." Your discernment forces them to confront the futility of their actions, leaving them vulnerable. As their plans and deceptions fall apart, they are left with nothing but the truth, while you continue forward, shielded and guided by God's wisdom. This discernment doesn't just protect you, it empowers you. It strengthens your authority and ensures that no deceit can take root in your presence. Each time you uncover a falsehood, it is as if the mirror is held up to the deceiver, forcing them to face their own dishonesty. Meanwhile, you continue on your path with clarity and purpose, knowing that God is watching over you and that you are walking in His truth. The clarity you possess is a testament to your divine calling, a reminder that you have been chosen to walk in the light, with eyes that see clearly, cutting through the darkness of deceit and navigating life with unwavering confidence. Have you ever wondered how much of your life is truly guided by God's wisdom? Could it be that the clarity you experience is part of a divine purpose, one that is leading you to fulfill your mission on earth, free from the confusion and lies that often cloud our world? You are His chosen one, and this clarity is part of the beautiful plan He has for you. A powerful force stirs deep within you, an unshakable determination that propels you forward with an intensity unlike anything you have ever known. This isn't just ambition or fleeting desire. This is a relentless drive rooted in the very essence of who you are, a drive that ignites a deep sense of purpose, one that cannot be extinguished. Have you ever experienced a moment when the challenges ahead seemed too great, yet something deep within you pushed you forward anyway? As you move forward, obstacles that once seemed insurmountable fade away, powerless against the momentum of your will. You may have once hesitated, doubted, or feared the challenges ahead, but now nothing can deter you. Can you feel how the force driving you grows stronger with every step you take, pushing aside barriers as if they were never there? Each hurdle, once intimidating, now becomes an opportunity for growth. This inner fire, this divine force, grows as you walk toward the goals that God has set before you. This inner resolve is more than just strength of will. It is a divine power that cannot be shaken. Do you ever wonder where that strength comes from when you feel like you've reached your limits? Psalm 18:39 says, "For you equip me with strength for the battle. You made those who rise against me sink under me." Just as King David, chosen by God, faced insurmountable odds with unwavering faith, your determination stems from a higher calling, propelling you forward despite the resistance you face. What would happen if you embraced that same unshakable resolve when faced with obstacles? The harder others try to block your path, the more determined you become. The obstacles they place in your way crumble as if they were never there. Those who try to deter you find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer power of your persistence, as though they are standing before a force they cannot comprehend. The more they resist, the more futile their efforts become. Can you recall a moment when someone tried to stop you, only to find their efforts unravel before you? With each step, you grow stronger, your resolve solidified in the face of adversity. This inner strength becomes an indomitable force, unstoppable in its pursuit of divine purpose. This drive is not simply about achieving goals, it is about fulfilling a higher mission, one that transcends your own desires and ambitions. The Apostle Paul in Philippians 3:14 writes, "I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." Have you ever stopped to reflect on what the true purpose of your life is? Like Paul, you are moving forward with a divine calling, a mission that cannot be disrupted by the struggles and challenges that may arise. This drive, rooted in a sense of higher purpose, creates a path that is clear, and each step you take aligns seamlessly with that purpose. Do you recognize how your every decision is shaping the course of your journey? The force behind you is not merely a motivation to succeed, it is the fulfillment of God's plan for you. With every challenge that arises, you find yourself more aligned with His will, and the obstacles that once threatened to derail you lose their power. Those who stand against you, who try to block your path, are left in awe. They are unable to comprehend the source of your strength, nor how it continues to grow despite the adversity you face. The more they try to oppose you, the clearer it becomes that your strength is not of this world. It is rooted in something far greater. Do you ever wonder what makes you different from those around you who seem to struggle under similar circumstances? It is the power of God working through you, guiding your every step. This is not the result of chance or coincidence. It is a profound alignment with divine purpose, a synchronization of your steps with God's plan. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Can you sense how your life flows more smoothly when you align with God's will? Each decision you make seems to flow effortlessly, as if it has already been preordained, and every step you take is in perfect harmony with the greater design God has for your life. As you move forward, the resistance of others falters in the face of your determination. They are left bewildered by their inability to obstruct your path. No matter how hard they try, they cannot stop the forward momentum that is powered by a force far greater than anything they can comprehend. How does it feel to know that no matter the obstacles, God's power is the ultimate force in your life? In the end, their opposition only serves to highlight the difference between their fleeting intentions and the unshakable purpose driving you. Every movement you make is an expression of divine will, effortlessly aligned with a higher order, pushing you toward your destiny. Each challenge that arises only serves to reveal the strength and power of the mission God has entrusted to you. And as you continue, you will find that nothing, no obstacle, no opposition, no resistance, can ever stand in the way of the divine path that lies before you. What do you think would happen if you embraced this relentless drive, this unstoppable force in every area of your life? "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, "plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. These words are not just a comforting promise, they are the foundation of your journey, a journey that is unfolding with perfect timing, guided by a divine plan far beyond anything you could have imagined. Have you ever stopped to consider that every moment in your life, even the most challenging ones, is part of a grand design? Opportunities appear exactly when needed, and obstacles dissolve as if they were never there. This is no coincidence. This is divine alignment. Your path is unfolding precisely as it should, and those who have been chosen by God, like you, walk with His guidance every step of the way. As you move forward, those around you, whether allies or adversaries, witness the seamless flow of your journey. Your progress is not of your own making. It is propelled by a force greater than human strength. Allies marvel at your ability to move effortlessly through life, and adversaries grow frustrated as their efforts to interfere fall apart against a power they cannot understand. How many times have you faced opposition only to find that your path clears effortlessly? This is the divine orchestration of your life, a force that protects and propels you. Your every step is guided, each one strengthening your resolve and enabling you to accomplish more with less struggle. Can you see now that your success isn't just a result of hard work, but the divine alignment of your purpose with God's will? What others fail to grasp is that your journey isn't driven solely by effort. It is shaped by faith and purpose. Just like Esther, who found herself in a position of power for a purpose much greater than herself, your rise is not by chance, but part of a higher calling. Those who oppose you are left unsettled as they watch your unwavering ascent. Their plans falter, revealing their inability to stop what has already been divinely set in motion. This is not personal success. This is the manifestation of God's purpose through you. Every moment of progress you make becomes a living testimony to the power of walking in faith and trust. Does it ever surprise you how your path clears in the midst of resistance? It's a reminder that God is working in ways unseen to the human eye. Your path is not just a destination, it's an example, a shining light for those around you. It inspires others while exposing the futility of resistance. The road ahead is not only clear, but overflowing with opportunities that have been prepared specifically for you. As you move forward, are you ready to embrace all that God has prepared for you, knowing that the best is still to come? Challenges no longer hold the power to defeat you. Instead, they become the proving ground for your unwavering resilience. What might have crushed others strengthens you, turning every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Your trials, far from weakening you, refine and elevate you, showcasing the depth of your strength. Have you noticed how you emerge stronger after facing hardship? Adversity doesn't diminish you. It transforms you into a force that is unstoppable. Those who hope to see you falter are left stunned as you rise above every challenge with renewed vigor, embodying a strength they cannot comprehend. Each difficulty becomes a testimony to the power within you, a reminder of how God's strength elevates you beyond human limitations. The ability to turn trials into triumphs sends a powerful message. No opposition can extinguish your momentum. The Apostle Paul experienced this in his own life, writing in Romans 8:37, "No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us." Just like Paul, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. Your presence becomes a shining example of perseverance, radiating a strength that overshadows any darkness. Both allies and adversaries are compelled to recognize the undeniable power that sustains you. Your opponents, frustrated by their inability to impede your progress, watch in awe as their efforts only serve to fuel your ascent. What does it feel like to know that every attempt to hold you back only propels you forward? These victories are not just personal, they are proof of alignment with a higher purpose that elevates you above the reach of ordinary struggles. While others may grapple with the challenges of life, you transform them into evidence of your connection to something far greater than yourself. Those who sought to see you fall now find that their efforts backfire, adding to the momentum of your rise. As the psalmist says in Psalm 23:5, You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Even those who oppose you are witnessing your victory, and their attempts to hinder you only highlight the power of the divine guidance leading you. So, are you ready to walk boldly into your future, knowing that no force can stand against the power that propels you? This enduring strength you carry reveals a powerful distinction, the difference between a life driven by divine purpose and one tethered to fleeting ambition. Your triumphs are not just personal victories, they stand as undeniable evidence that you are protected, empowered, and guided by a force far greater than any earthly obstacle. Have you ever felt that deep inner assurance, knowing that you are moving in the right direction? This is the divine force at work in you, steering you toward a destiny that no challenge can derail. Your resilience is not just about enduring, it's about thriving in the face of opposition. Feel the call, the invitation to step into your true potential. When you align yourself with a purpose greater than yourself, nothing can hold you back. So, why not take that step now? Subscribe and let's rise together in faith and strength. Every step you take carries a profound weight, a sense of direction that cannot be dismissed or ignored. Your actions are no longer random or fleeting. They are deliberate, shaped by a higher intent that influences everything around you. Do you ever sense that your every move is guided, as though each step is part of a bigger plan? This is the divine alignment that sets you apart. Each decision you make carries purpose, and every movement is infused with the power to create lasting change. You are no longer wandering aimlessly like those without direction. You are on a mission with a clear vision that distinguishes you from others. This divine clarity isn't just seen in the destination, it's present in every single step as you walk in alignment with God's plan for your life. And just as Jesus walked with a clear purpose, his every action and decision reflected the will of his Father. You too are empowered to walk with that same authority and focus. As you continue forward, the contrast between your unwavering purpose and the aimlessness of your adversaries becomes starkly clear. Those who once tried to challenge or outmatch you now find their efforts ineffectual, almost laughable, in comparison to the strength of your resolve. Have you ever watched someone struggle to keep up, only to realize that they were never truly aligned with purpose? This is the effect your alignment has on those around you. Their attempts to distract or hinder you now appear shallow and ineffective. Their lack of direction becomes glaringly obvious, and they are left exposed as they try to match your drive, unable to understand or counter the force behind your actions. Your clarity becomes a mirror, reflecting their disarray. As you move forward with an unwavering focus, they are forced to confront the futility of their resistance. Your clarity is their confusion, your strength is their weakness. This alignment doesn't just keep you moving, it draws others to you. Allies who see your dedication are inspired to follow, encouraged by your unwavering commitment. Have you ever noticed how your strength attracts those who are also seeking purpose? They see in you a model of unwavering faith and are compelled to join you on your journey. Meanwhile, adversaries feel the sting of comparison as they grapple with the futility of their own efforts. Their resistance only serves to highlight the power and authority behind your mission, showing them that they cannot compete with the force that guides you. It is not your own strength, but the strength of God that propels you forward. And this is undeniable to all who are watching. Each step you take reinforces the undeniable power of your purpose. There is no ambiguity about where your strength comes from. In every action, you declare your alignment with a higher power, and this divine source propels you with undeniable authority. This is what it means to live a life rooted in God's strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Psalm 18:2. Do you ever find peace in knowing that God is your rock, your fortress? This is not passive belief. It's active, living faith, a divine protection that surrounds you like an impenetrable fortress. No matter what challenges come, your faith shields you from harm, allowing you to move forward unhindered. Those who challenge you quickly find that their efforts are futile. Resistance only serves to reveal the strength of the power that sustains you. Can you feel how every attack on you only draws you closer to your purpose? This divine faith is not just a defense, it is the source of an unyielding inner power. Just as Jesus stood firm against temptation in the wilderness, you stand firm, grounded in the unchanging truth of God's word. When others falter, you rise above, knowing that you are firmly planted in the strength of something far greater than yourself. This is the power of alignment with the divine, and it will not be shaken. The confidence emanating from the foundation of your life is undeniable, unsettling those who dare to test it. Have you ever noticed how the more resolute you become, the more those around you seem to falter? The attempts to disrupt your progress only bounce back on them, forcing them to confront their own weaknesses. This is not a confidence rooted in temporary emotions or fleeting moments of assurance. It is a confidence grounded in eternal strength, a strength that cannot be shaken. This divine foundation grows stronger with every challenge, transforming trials into triumphs. Can you feel how each obstacle you face only serves to build you up, preparing you for even greater success? Those who wish to harm you are left bewildered, their efforts crumbling against the impenetrable shield of divine protection. It's as though they cannot grasp the force that shields you. The more they try to push against you, the more their plans unravel. You don't just survive in this world of challenges, you thrive, standing firm with the knowledge that no force can overcome what is fortified by God's hand. Can you imagine how the world around you must seem to change when you move forward with such unwavering resolve? The path before you is untouchable, marked by a confidence that refuses to be swayed. This is the power of divine protection in action, immovable, unwavering, and unshakable. This strength doesn't merely shield you, it amplifies the truth of your alignment with something greater than yourself. Adversaries, as they watch their strategies crumble, are left in a state of reluctant acceptance. They recognize the limitations of their reach. How often have you seen those who oppose you retreat, unable to comprehend the source of your power? The integrity of your faith stands tall, undeniable, and resolute, as a reminder that no external force can ever challenge the strength of what you carry within. It's a quiet yet unbreakable force that not only defines your resilience, but also exposes the futility of opposition. Your unwavering faith is like a beacon to all who watch. Those who align with you are drawn in, and those who resist are left to see their efforts diminish in the face of your strength. The time has come for you to step fully into your purpose, where the potential within you aligns with an unstoppable force, propelling you to create beyond all limits. Do you feel the magnitude of this shift? The energy you now carry is amplified by forces far greater than yourself, forming a synergy that makes your vision unassailable. The very essence of your focus and purpose is so intense that opposition crumbles beneath its weight. The barriers that once confined you lose their grip, and you are freed to define your own path. What has been holding you back is no longer an obstacle. The path before you is now clear, and you are unstoppable. The creations you bring forth, born from this powerful alignment, will ripple out into the world, touching lives in ways you might not yet fully comprehend. What once seemed improbable now unfolds effortlessly, propelled by the strength you carry and the alignment you've achieved. Can you see how the universe itself seems to conspire in your favor, ensuring that the seeds you plant not only take root, but thrive? As you fully embrace this role, your journey becomes a living testimony to the infinite possibilities that emerge when intention and energy are perfectly aligned. Each step you take marks a new chapter in the story of your purpose, one that transforms not only your life, but the lives of those around you. And as you move forward, knowing that no force can oppose the strength and clarity within you, you will continue to inspire and transform the world around you. God's chosen ones, remember that your existence is not by chance. You were purposefully chosen, divinely orchestrated to fulfill a unique mission in this world. Everything you've gone through, every step you've taken, has been part of God's greater plan for your life. Hold on to this truth and walk in the confidence that you are here for a reason, guided by His hand. If this message has touched your heart, consider supporting this channel through Super Thanks. Your donations, whether big or small, make a difference and help us continue sharing these powerful messages. But no matter whether you donate or not, I want to express my deepest gratitude for your time and support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts and how this message resonates with you. May God bless you abundantly as you continue walking in His purpose for your life.